The hallway light outside my bedroom has flickered for as long as I can remember. It was one of those cheap, buzzing ceiling lights that never stays fully on or fully off. When I was a kid, I used to complain about it to my parents. They always blamed the wiring. Old house, old problems, my dad would say. Eventually I got used to it. The flicker became background noise. One of those things you stop noticing after years of living with it. But last Tuesday night, something changed. I was lying in bed, half asleep, scrolling my phone, when a strange pattern caught my eye. The flicker wasn't random anymore. It was rhythmic, methodical, almost intentional. It would pause for a few seconds, flash twice, pause again, flash once, pause. Like it was trying to say something. At first I tried to ignore it. It was late, and my brain always gets weird when I'm tired. But then the floorboards outside my door creaked. Not a settling noise, not the house shifting. No, this was weight, pressure, like someone taking a step. I froze listening. Silence. Then, another faint creak. Closer. I sat up, phone still in my hand, the screen casting a soft glow across my room. My heart was thumping hard enough that I could feel it in my throat. The flickering light paused again, then flashed twice. A perfect repeat of the earlier pattern. I don't know why, but something deep in my chest told me not to open my door. Fear, instinct, whatever it was, it held me in place. But curiosity has always been my weakness. I slipped quietly out of bed, trying not to make a sound. I reached for the doorknob but hesitated. Something told me, no, begged me to stay inside. But eventually I twisted the knob anyway. The hallway was completely dark, except at the far end, the hallway light gave off a faint pulsing glow, slow, like a heartbeat. I stepped out carefully. The floorboard beneath my foot groaned, and the light pulse grew faster, not brighter, just faster. As if responding to me, I whispered, "Hello." No answer. My eyes adjusted slowly, the dim light barely illuminating the peeling wallpaper, the warped wooden floor, the long stretch of hallway I suddenly wished was shorter. Then I saw it, a shape, tall, still, standing at the very end of the hall. At first I thought it was a coat rack or some shadow cast from furniture, but then the light flickered and the shape moved, closer, 6 feet away. The light flickered again, 4 feet, another flicker, 2 feet. That's when I slammed the door shut. I threw myself backwards onto my bed, heart pounding, lungs refusing to work properly. Then, something happened that hasn't happened in years. The hallway light stopped flickering. The buzzing sound disappeared. Silence filled the entire house. And then, a knock. Just one. Slow, heavy, deep enough to vibrate through the wood. I didn't answer. I didn't speak. I didn't even breathe. For hours I sat there in bed, staring at the door, waiting for another sound. But nothing came. When morning finally arrived, I opened my bedroom door. The hallway light was off. Not broken, just off. Which was strange, because it never turned off. Ever. I walked cautiously toward the doorframe, and that's when I saw it. Something was carved into the wood. Not scratched, not written, carved, in perfectly straight lines. You finally saw me. I stumbled backward, pulse racing. My mind raced with questions I couldn't answer. How long had it been there? Was it new? Was it waiting? I stepped into the hallway, noticing for the first time how cold the air was. Ice cold, like someone had been standing there all night. I looked up at the ceiling light. It was perfectly still, perfectly silent. It's been that way ever since. It no longer flickers, no more random flashes, no more buzzing or humming. I used to think the flicker was a problem. Now I know it was a warning, a signal, maybe even a barrier, something to keep whatever was out there away from me. But now it doesn't need to flicker anymore, because whatever was waiting at the end of the hallway already stepped through. And the worst part, some nights, when I'm trying to sleep, I swear I can hear breathing. Not outside the door, not down the hallway, not upstairs, but right next to me, standing in the dark corner of my room, waiting, watching, because I finally saw him. And now, he sees me too.